everyone, Carlos here. Welcome to the Tech Brief for the third week of July 2024. And we're starting this Tech Brief not with Vulnerabilities, but with the biggest IT outage in the history so far. So CrowdStrike issued a component update for its product Falcon, which caused blue screens of death across the globe. We are seeing airports right now are down, government agencies are down, all kinds of businesses are down. The problem is that a lot of stuff has happened since I recorded the Tech Brief to today, Monday morning. So one of the things that we have found out is that this update was from CrowdStrike specifically for adding signatures for command and control channels over name pipes. The update didn't go so well. And so far, even though they were able to stop the spread of the update, over 8.5 million hosts were affected by this update, causing the crash. So this is huge. We're talking very large numbers. Even though this is about 1 to 2% of the Windows install base, it still affected a lot of Fortune 500 companies out there. My colleague Tyler Hudak put out a post in LinkedIn that I have to agree with him. A lot of companies right now, as they're struggling with recovery of all of their systems, one of the things that is going to happen is that they're going to have kind of like an emotional reaction and go like, hey, we want to rip CrowdStrike out of our network and we want to replace this with something else. I have to be honest. I ran the research team for several years here at TrustedSec, and we had the opportunity to have in our hands multiple EDRs from customers as they were asking us which EDR they should be using, and we compared them and we ran multiple attacks against them. And I have to say, CrowdStrike is one of the best ones out there. So it's normal for a mistake to happen. Microsoft will probably come and say, hey, move to Windows Defender. And I have to be honest, Microsoft doesn't have that great record with Windows Update or even for some of their security tools, as you can see in this example, where they had some problems with their update to their attack surface rules. So what I want to say is, let's take some time. Let's deal with the incident. It's going to be a very big uplift for you to just simply go in and replace this type of product, because you need to analyze, hey, do I need to do some tuning? How well does it integrate? Do I need to monitor certain events from it? How does that play with our SIM? How does that play with other products? It is a big uplift to make this change. I would say, let's wait and see. Let's see how it plays out. Companies, every vendor out there makes mistakes, and let's not jump the gun and start going into more expensive, more complex processes that may introduce new issues into our environment. You do need to be careful. Actors are taking advantage of this, and they're right now registered quite a large number of domains with the word CrowdStrike in it to be able to perform phishing attacks. So do be on the alert. Do take remediation actions for this. Do inform your users and do monitor everything that is coming inside of your network, DNS traffic, emails, HTTP proxy logs, all of that stuff for malicious actors trying to abuse this at this moment. Now, Microsoft has issued a tool that should be very useful for users out there to be able to perform recovery. And I gotta hand it to Microsoft. They really did a great job on this one. The tool itself would allow you to recover either from the WinPE environment or from safe boot mode. In addition to that, you're able to create a bootable USB drive that you can use to start going through your machines and recovering them. You can also create an ISO file for which you can boot up VMs from, either in Hyper-V or VMware or any other platform, where it allows you to set a ISO image as a DVD device to the VM itself to be able to boot and perform recovery. In addition to that, Microsoft went even further, and today on Monday morning, one of the things that they did is that they also added the advantage of using Pixie Boot. So this means that I can boot all of my machines from the network, and then from one single host, I'm able to then perform all of the recovery across all of those machines. So this will simplify and accelerate the process for us to be able to recover from this gigantic IT outage that we're right now dealing with across multiple companies, multiple countries across the globe. So moving along from that one and moving to some of the vulnerabilities that happened during this week, Oracle issued their July advisory. For this one, it was 386 vulnerabilities. 23 of these vulnerabilities actually have a CVSS score of 7 or higher, and this is across all of their products. TrustedSec updated with 18 vulnerabilities affecting various products. So KEF stands for Known Exploited Vulnerabilities. All of these vulnerabilities since July 15 are being exploited actively by actors out there. This includes products like Trend Micro, Sophos Firewall, Windows QNAP, Dell, products from VMware, Google, D-Link, Ubiquiti, and many others out there. We have vulnerabilities from Apache Server. These two vulnerabilities are CVE 2024-40725. This is a source code disclosure type of vulnerability, which means that somebody can actually gain access to the source code and look to any embedded token or any other information that they can abuse. In addition to that, we have CVE 2024-40898, which is an SSFRF vulnerability in mod rewrite that affects specifically Windows systems. Going back to secure products, Splunk had vulnerability CVE 2024-36991, which was addressed by them earlier this month. Well, proof of concept code came out for this vulnerability, and sadly, it is being exploited in the wild, which actually allows an attacker to gain access to the credentials of the server itself. This actually impacts Splunk Enterprise version 9.222, 9.15, and 9.01. There are some mitigating factors around it where you can actually, they've provided searches for you to check if you have been a target of this attack. There's the patches that you can use, and there are over 230,000 exposed servers running Splunk out into the internet. How would you expose yourself to the internet? That's... In terms of news, we have Fin7, which is morphing. Now, Fin7 is using multiple pseudonyms on underground forums to mask their identity and sustain criminal activity. The group's selling specialized tools like AV Neutralizer and others to cyber criminals. Right now, we have seen that Fin7 has used tools like Power Trash, Decloder, Core Impact. They have their own SSH-based backdoor that they are also using. So they have been modifying all of their TTPs, improving them, and then sharing some of these tools with other groups. And I wanted to be aware of that because many times we over-rely on EDRs. And yeah, and right now with the news from CrowdStrike, it's a big one. One recommendation from my side is that you guys follow in Twitter or X, the ransomware news. This is by the guys at VX Underground if you want to stay up to date on all of the different ransomware attacks that are being reported by the different gangs out there. Normally in the tech briefs, I don't cover all of the different ransomware attacks because there's just too many. I would be easily an hour and a half just going through each one of the different breaches and ransomware attacks are happening right now, including some of the attacks against crypto providers and crypto miners and exchanges and all of that. Again, I hope that you guys found this tech brief useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.